All right, and now joining the show, we welcome 2000 Olympic gold medalist and one of Houston's longest tenure athletes here from the Woodlands. We welcome in Laura Wilkinson. Laura, thank you so much for joining us today, virtually through the phone. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you. And thank you for gracefully saying I'm the old athlete in the group right now.
No, never, never. We would never just, idolizing all that you've done. You've been through a lot, like we said, 2000 Olympic gold medalist. And speaking of, last time you competed in the Olympics was 2008, decided to make a comeback for Tokyo 2020 this year. What was the initial thought when you said, hey, I want to give another run at this?
I just didn't just happen all of a sudden. Like I'd kind of always been in the back of my head, but we have 4 kids now and we were in the middle of getting our 4 kids. And so the timing was just never right until kind of after the Rio Games in 2016. I was there with NBC doing some on-deck analysis, and that was really fun. It was fun to be around it, but it was hard not to be in the pool. And so we decided, hey, let's just see if I still have what it takes. And I kind of kicked it into high gear that fall, and it just kind of came back pretty quickly.
Now, what were your initial thoughts when the COVID-19 broke out and the spread came about and you thought, oh, this may be canceled, it may be postponed. In fact, it is going to be 2021. Are you still going to train? Are you still going to prepare for it? Or what were your thoughts whenever you heard about the postponing of the Olympics?
It was really hard at first when we started to hear all the rumors, and there was just so much uncertainty and nobody was making a decision. I think that was actually the hardest part, is we were all trying to stay in shape and stay prepared, but yet we couldn't train because all the facilities were shutting down. And so that was kind of just a tumultuous few days. I mean, it happened so quickly, in the scheme of things, but we were just kind of thankful when they finally made a decision. And okay, so now we know that it's going to be next year. We can just kind of regroup and start creating a new plan. My heart does go out to the athletes who cannot continue on for whatever reason, that this was going to be the end for them. My heart really breaks for them. I understand that feeling. That's tough. For the rest of us, though, I hope most people like myself will continue on for another year and make Tokyo 2021 really awesome.
So you are going to continue to train for next year?
I am.
So what is practice like now with everything being shut down, going to essential places for activities? How are you training?
We're getting creative. I'm pretty fortunate right now. We still have a dryland training facility open. That's where we do like our flips and our trampoline work and a lot of our conditioning. So I can still go in there right now. There's just been 1 or 2 of us in there that are qualified to Olympic trials, just to keep the numbers small. But all our pool facilities are shut down at the moment. We have no idea when they're going to reopen. So there's been a lot of video study. I'm doing a lot of visualization. I'm playing a lot with the kids at home to keep us all active and things like that. So it's, you just got to think outside the box and get kind of creative, but it's kind of a fun time. And I'm excited to see all the things that are going to come out of this. I think it's going to change a lot of different dynamics. And I think it's going to be kind of cool to see what happens.
Laura, this past year you've been training, and it takes not a lot of individuals realize the strength mentally and physically that it takes, all the hours that you put in to compete against the world. What is it like jumping back into that world after not competing for so many years?
Well, at first it had been about 9 years since I competed, so I was a little rusty, but that part came back pretty quickly. What's actually been tough is last year I was pretty much out the entire year because I had a 2-level cervical fusion. I have a nice titanium plate and 6 screws in there now. And so coming back from that at 42 now, that was kind of a different level. And it was a little nerve-wracking getting back into the water after that. But I'm doing great now. I've been back on 10 meter. I've had a couple competitions this year before all of this happened. And so it's kind of amazing to me being able to do that with all that we've been through, but it's kind of encouraging also. So we go through something like this COVID episode where we're down and we can't train normally and everything's getting shifted and moved. And I kind of almost feel like it doesn't faze me because I've been through these things so many times. I feel like it's prepared me for these kind of episodes.
Laura, what's the key in staying motivated for you through these tough times like right now with this pandemic, but also it can relate to during competitions in season when swimmers don't place first, second, or place at all? What's the key of positivity for you?
Well, I think learning that failure or messing up, it's not the end. Like that's actually a great opportunity to learn what you did wrong and how to fix it and become better next time. And a lot of people, I mean, they'll be partway through a competition, they've messed up and they just count themselves out, so they stop. And I've won 2 world gold medals from missing a really bad dive early on, but I didn't quit. I just kept coming back strong because I still had dives to do. It's never over until it's over. So you can't give up, halfway across the finish line. So I think just encouraging people to keep going and keep looking at the outcome and keep looking for the lesson inside of what you're doing, whether it's good or bad, there's a lesson to be learned. So I feel like there's always hope. There's always a good way to see it.